I was folding laundry when my phone rang. Not a text, not a notification, a call. The kind people don't make unless something is wrong. I looked at the screen and felt my chest tighten. It was my sister. We hadn't spoken in months. Not because we were angry, but because silence had grown between us the way it sometimes does, quietly, without permission. I answered. Her voice was low. "Evelyn," she said, "I need you to come over." I asked what happened. She paused. "That's the problem," she said. "I don't know yet." Her house looked the same from the outside. Same porch, same rosebush near the steps. But when I stepped inside, something felt off. The air was heavy. Not sad, uneasy. She sat at the dining table with a stack of envelopes in front of her, unopened. "I found these in the drawer," she said. "They're addressed to me, but I never opened them." I picked one up. Bank letterhead. I didn't say anything yet. I just sat down. "Overdue," I read quietly. My sister swallowed. "I don't understand," she said. "My husband handled all the finances." Her husband, a man everyone trusted, a man who smiled at family dinners, a man who always said, "Don't worry, I've got it." I opened the next envelope, then another, and another. The pattern became clear, too clear. I looked at her. "When was the last time you saw a statement?" I asked. She thought. "I don't know," she said. "Years, maybe." That answer hurt more than the letters. Because trust isn't dangerous when it's earned. It's dangerous when it's blind. I asked for his number. She hesitated. "Evelyn." "I won't accuse," I said. "I'll ask." He answered on the second ring. Cheerful. Too cheerful. When I mentioned the letters, the line went quiet. Then he laughed. "Oh, those," he said. "Old paperwork. Nothing serious." I didn't respond. Silence again. The same silence people underestimate. He kept talking, explaining, deflecting, reassuring. I let him. Because people reveal more when they think they're convincing you. Finally, I said one sentence. "Then you won't mind if a professional looks at it." The call ended quickly after that. I stayed at my sister's house that night. We didn't talk much. We didn't need to. I watched her stare at the ceiling, replaying years of trust in her mind. And I realized something. This wasn't about money. It was about control. The next morning, I made a call. Not to a lawyer, to a woman I used to work with years ago. She specialized in quiet messes, the kind people hide behind smiles. "She should come in," she said after I explained. "Today." My sister looked at me. "Are you sure?" she asked. I nodded. Yes. Her husband didn't come home that evening. He texted, "Working late." That message felt rehearsed. I watched my sister read it. And I knew. He already sensed the shift. That night, the doorbell rang. Late. Too late for comfort. I looked at my sister. She looked at me. And before either of us moved, I realized something chilling. Whatever was coming next, he hadn't planned for witnesses. The doorbell rang again, longer this time. I stood up first, not because I was braver than my sister, but because I had already lived through what happens when people avoid the truth for too long. I opened the door. He stood there, her husband, jacket still on, eyes moving too quickly for comfort. "Why didn't you answer my calls?" he asked, stepping inside before anyone invited him. My sister didn't speak. She just watched him. And that silence, the kind that makes people nervous, settled between us. He laughed softly, forcing normal into the room. "You're overreacting," he said, looking at her. "Bills get confusing sometimes." I placed the envelopes on the table between us, one by one. He stopped smiling. "You went through my things?" he asked sharply. I tilted my head. "They weren't yours," I said. "They were addressed to her." That was the first time he looked at me like I was a problem. He sat down and started explaining. Long sentences, too many details. Reassurances stacked on top of excuses. I didn't interrupt. People tell the truth eventually, not because they want to, but because they get tired of pretending. "I handled everything," he said. "I protected her from stress." My sister finally spoke. "By hiding it from me?" His jaw tightened. I slid one paper forward. A summary. Neatly organized. Prepared earlier that day. "Do you recognize this?" I asked. His eyes scanned it. Late payments, loans, withdrawals. His shoulders dropped a fraction. Enough for me to notice. My sister's voice broke. "I trusted you," she said. "I never asked because I thought we were a team." He looked away. That told me everything. Because people who believe they're right don't avoid eye contact. Fraud. The word wasn't shouted. It didn't need to be. I said it calmly. "Not all of it," he snapped. "Just mismanagement." Silence. Then my sister stood up. "No," she said quietly. "This ends tonight." He tried to soften his voice, tried to reach for her hand. She stepped back. "Don't," she said. "Not anymore." I watched the moment something shifted inside her. The moment she stopped hoping he would explain it away. We went together. Not to confront him, not to fight, but to confirm. The office smelled like paper and quiet seriousness. The woman I had called the day before looked through the files carefully. "This isn't a mistake," she said. "It's a pattern." My sister closed her eyes. "What happens now?" she asked. The woman looked at her. "That depends on what you want." My sister inhaled. "I want control of my life back." He came home that evening to an empty house. No shouting, no confrontation, just papers on the table. And a note. "We will speak through professionals now." That sentence said everything. Weeks passed. The house felt lighter. Not happier yet, but honest. My sister learned things. Hard things. But she learned them standing upright. One night she sat beside me. "I thought silence meant safety," she said. I nodded. "Sometimes it does," I said. "And sometimes it just delays the pain." She leaned her head on my shoulder. He never apologized. People rarely do when they lose control. But he left. And with him went the fear. Here's what I've learned, twice now. Silence isn't weakness. It's observation. It's patience. It's knowing when to speak, and when to let the truth arrive on its own. If someone ever asks you why you didn't react sooner, tell them this. You weren't silent. You were preparing.